Hello, FBC Salinas. This is Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do not one, but two things. Number one, provide you some information, and number two, provide you some inspiration for you in the middle of your week. Certainly hope your week is going well, and if not, as I say this every time we have a midweek, I hope this video can be a source of encouragement to you and a reminder that our God is with us and that he's taking care of us in so many ways that we see and in ways that we don't see. So anyway, let's get right to it, shall we? For an informational portion, the first thing I want to do is say thank you. Thank you for your generosity in giving so generously to this Ukraine Benevolent Fund that we've been doing for the last month. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you that you rose to this opportunity, and we get to see God use this money in great ways. We continue praying for Ukraine, continue praying for that whole situation. We continue praying that the gospel of Christ is presented in a clear way to those who are providing care for all these refugees. So may Christ followers in that region of the world rise up, and may they be a source of grace and hope to a people that are going through an incredibly difficult time. So thank you for supporting this and giving so generously to that. Second thing is that this upcoming Sunday is Communion Sunday. I want to remind you of the importance of celebrating communion with us, and make sure if you're joining us online, make sure that you have your elements available. We'll be doing that this Sunday as well. And the last thing is this: Holy Week is coming up. It's only a little over, it's about 10 days away, I guess, 10, 11, 12 days away in that area. And it is my favorite week of the year. I love Holy Week. And so we have a devotional that the spiritual formation teachers have put together. And so we will be handing that out. It will also be available on a PDF format for you to track online and get via email. Also, we have a Seder dinner. I encourage you to sign up for that. It is on Thursday, April 14th is when that's happening, and so it'd be a great time there. It starts at 6 o'clock. You need to sign up for that. There's also a small fee for that. Good Friday, we're hoping to have a service of shadows like we do every Good Friday. And then we have Resurrection Day, which is filled with a sunrise service. Adam Matthew will be preaching at that. Then we also have an Easter egg hunt for the children at around 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we gather for worship at 10:30 that morning as we get to celebrate our risen Lord. And he is risen. He is risen indeed. So we look forward to that. If you have any questions about any of these scheduled events, please let us know, and we will do our part to answer them. All right, so that's it for the informational portion. Came across this, and not just recently, but this prayer that is prayed here, or this plea that is made in Mark chapter 9, is a plea that I find happening quite frequently in my life over the last number of years. And let me set the situation for you. A father is concerned about his son. His son is having these, what we would call seizures, and it's not good. And we want to pick it up in verse 17 of Mark chapter 9, and listen to what happens here. A man in the crowd answered, "Teacher, I brought you my son, who is possessed by a spirit that has robbed him of speech. Whenever it seizes him, it throws him to the ground. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid. I asked your disciples to drive out the spirit, but they could not." "You unbelieving generation," Jesus replied, "how long shall I stay with you? How long should I put up with you? Bring the boy to me." You sense Jesus is, I think he was disappointed. That might not be the right word, but he realized there was still so much work to do for the apostles to understand and truly place their trust in him, to see how he can operate in their lives and through their lives. And also with this man not having that belief that Jesus Christ could do this, and that by placing his faith in him, that great things could happen there. Verse 20, so they brought him. When the spirit saw Jesus, it immediately threw the boy into a convulsion, fell to the ground and rolled around, foaming at the mouth. Jesus asked the boy's father, "How long has he been like this?" Isn't that interesting? Jesus sees this little boy rolling on the ground, foaming at the mouth, and instead of immediately hopping into the situation, he says, "Can you give me a little background here? If I'm the parent, I'm going, what difference does it make? You see what's going on now. Please do something. From childhood, the dad answered. It's often thrown him into fire or water to kill him. But if you can do anything, take pity on us and help us. If you can do anything. Isn't that interesting? This man had gone to who knows how far in this journey of wondering if anybody could help his son. He said, if you have anything, if you can do anything. And Jesus' response is a powerful one. If you can, said Jesus. Everything is possible for one who believes. And these words in verse 24 are powerful. Immediately the boy's father exclaimed, I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. And then Jesus heals this boy. It's that prayer this dad prays. It's this exclamation this dad makes. I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. Over the course of the last number of years, I've found myself praying that prayer frequently. Lord, I do believe you can do this. Help me overcome this unbelief that I have. Help me overcome that unbelief that I don't know if you really are that concerned about this situation, or help me overcome my unbelief about the fact that I'm not measuring up. Help me overcome the unbelief that you're enough. You see, we believe, and yet we have this not growing, but we always have this tension of unbelief is there as well. And what's interesting is that Jesus meets us in our belief, and he meets us in our unbelief as well. And he says, here I am. I'll do what I need to do to get it done. So perhaps you're in that place right now where you do believe, but that unbelief is growing, and that unbelief is there. I encourage you to pray the prayer that this dad said and simply go right at Jesus and say, I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. And Jesus will help you overcome, because he is the great overcomer. Don't forget that. May we remember that always. God bless you. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.